Hello, wonderful, gorgeous souls. Today I'm going to talk about a conversation I had with the emissaries that ended like this. I'm going to give you the spoiler alert. The meek shall inherit the earth was the last thing that they said to me in this conversation. I'll tell you all about it on the other side. So a while ago, a couple of weeks back, I had a chat with Sal, and he was talking about his communion, his channeling of a new, the council, I think he was calling it, or the community, I can't remember what the name was. And he was saying that there were these billions of other world beings that were working with us, and working with the whole universe across everything, and that they were a bit disappointed. They were a bit shocked about what was going on here on Earth. Who wouldn't be? You see that even light beings can be shocked by it. And so when we are shocked, we shouldn't be shocked that we're shocked. If light beings can be shocked, it means it's pretty shocking. So he was saying, he said, and I asked Charlie, because he also talks to another kind of other dimensional being called Charlie. And he said, Charlie said that the emissaries that you talk to are the same beings as the ones that I'm communicating with now. And I thought, well, that's interesting, isn't it? So I'll ask the emissaries what they think. And I said, emissaries, so all of this, is that true that you're part of that group? And they said, in essence, yes. They said, yes. But they said, let's put it in another perspective. Within that very large number of beings, remember, I've asked the emissaries how many they are, and they said, that doesn't work for us, because sometimes we're many, sometimes we're few, depending on the work that we've got to do. Rhymes. They even said it in poetry. And so they said, because there are so many, they all share out, they all have different roles, just as we have a different role. And so every group is working with different beings, different souls, different situations. But they said, yes, principally, we are all part of a big team. And so I asked him about what Charlie had communicated to Sal about by 2050, in 25 years, something like that. We've got this window of opportunity, 25 years, right? Starting from next year, so he was told, the energy's going to change and people's hearts are going to open. That sounds very, very linked to the astrology and what I'm hearing about the change of the planets and, Pluto in Aquarius and all of that. And then he says after in 2050, a cataclysm is going to come, and we have to be, all of the good people have to be taken off the earth, taken somewhere else. But only those who have managed to raise the vibration up. So I said to the emissaries, what about that then? What do you make of that? And they said, well, that's one option of many. And they said, because there are many options. No, this is what they said. There are many timelines ahead of us. And I said, hang on a minute. You said to me that all the timelines had converged and there's only one. And they said, yes. Perhaps the lost in translation, they said timeline isn't a good word. We would rather say options, possible futures on this timeline. And so what they said was that for them and their role and in the Great Awakening, for them, what's very clear is that looking at the way the energies are changing, that we're going to get to a point where the goodies and all of the awakened people are going to be the majority. And they said, that being the case, then we aren't going anywhere if we are the majority. And they said, however, and they said, from what we can see, we're on track. And we're very optimistic about that. They said, however, were that not to be the case, were there to be more baddies than goodies, more people I'm using baddies and goodies. Let's just talk about frequency. Those who are in the lower frequency who haven't made it, and those who've made it up to the higher frequency. They said, if that's a smaller group, then it's very likely that group will shift. Because there's going to be a divide anyway, regardless. There's going to be a divide These two groups cannot exist in parallel. They're too disparate. But and then they said this, we'll be shifted to another place. But they said, anyway, the meek shall inherit the earth. And that was a promise that was made. And they repeated it. Whether we stay, the meek shall inherit the earth. And whether we go, the meek shall inherit the earth. Kind of saying, even if we go somewhere else, it's still going to be pretty much the earth. So what, earth split, who knows? God knows. There's all kinds of theories about it. But they were very insistent that no matter what happens, it doesn't matter. The meek still will inherit the earth. So that was nice. That was nice. So our job, I suppose, is to be in the meek group. And what does the meek mean? Well, I don't know. I think the meek means vibrating above 51% in service to others. That's pretty much it, I think. And getting all of your strengths, all of the spokes in your wheel strong. And that's it. That's the best that we can do. I don't think there's that much else that we need to do. The work that we need to do, to be a meek person, who do you have to work on? Other people or yourself? Yourself. To learn how to be meek and mild and humble and empathetic and loving and kind, all of that. You've got to work on yourself. And you know the secret of working on yourself? All of those things, empathetic, kind, humble, meek, mild, loving, you've got to do that to yourself. That's how you've got to feel about yourself. It only works that way. If you can feel that about yourself, it's easy peasy, lemon squeezy to feel that about other people. It's not work at all. The hard work is doing it for yourself. That's why when you see people and they are angry with other people, they're violent to other people, they're horrible, it's because they are angry at themselves and they feel violent toward themselves and they feel horrible about themselves. People who are balanced and who love themselves, and I don't mean that in the egotistical way, I mean truly love, appreciate and feel self-worth, they would never do anything bad to other people. Why would they? Why would they? So there you are. I love you all. And just remember, the meek shall inherit the earth. And to finish, it makes me think of Eddie Izzard when he used to be funny. You talked about the meek inheriting the earth. And he's going, what do we want? The earth. When do we want it? Now, motherfuckers. So that's who we are going to be. It's our earth and they can fuck off. I love you all and I'll speak to you all later. Bye-bye.